your brain? Is that it?
My brain is fine.
April! Stop this insufferable whining. Your disobedience brings shame on Kresh Yelek.
I'm sorry, Savage.
Shocky! Why do you keep hesitating? My instructions were clear.
Because they don't make sense. Killing each other like this. It's stupid. Orpheus...
Silence! It seems your childish prattling is attracting an audience. You fight again. This time, daggers only. And to the death, as instructed. Who wants to challenge this sniveling Istark? I suppose your inane spewings have distracted enough from my lesson. Go wet the swords. I want them sharp enough to peel a Gake's eyeball just by looking at them. I hope you prove as weak as this should we meet on the battlefield, Istik. You are well on your way to being Gake food. Do better!
That was amazing. I've never seen someone talk the Savage down from a rage like that. He's always telling us how we have to be ruthless, that death is the only mercy we deliver. But you showed compassion and kindness. You're just like... Never mind. Don't mention Orpheus. Don't mention Orpheus. Wait. What if the Savage can read my mind? Don't think about Orpheus. Don't think about Orpheus. You've heard of him too? He's so strong and wise, and he rides a comet. A comet! I found his book. Part of it anyway. I read it all the time. He's unbelievable. A group of warriors came, outsiders, on a mission for Vlaakith herself. Savage Kethk made us clean their armor, and I found it inside one of the breastplates. Wish I knew who it belonged to. I have so many questions. Hopefully, one day I'll find them. You want... but... I... Fine. Take it. It's so stupid we can't read it. It's just a story. It's not even true. I'll do my best to forget what it said. Thank you for taking it.
Mercy is death, death is mercy. This is Vlaakith's will.
Kalir's clutch held 36 eggs, more or less. Though I've learned of creches that harbored 100. Humanoid. How I despise the term. Githyanki are quite superior to humans. Our biology slates state that Githyanki came to lay eggs after we escaped Illithid enslavement and took to the astral plane. It's an asexual process, a favorable change by any estimation. Hideous to imagine a life where I couldn't partake in the pleasures of sex without the looming threat of bearing children. Shukiani. Githyanki chosen by Vlaakith herself to bear young. The Queen assigns when and where they must lay, and how many eggs they must bear. The Shukiani pass their eggs in the material plane. In the astral, time barely passes. It is a meticulous process, carefully timed so that the eggs hatch at once. Go on then. My own Savage would never have threatened a youngling. A waste of time and energy. The pupils themselves culled the weak from their ranks. I myself felled 4 of my own classmates once Kalir had 100 times circled Tyrell. Survival. My people have no use for cowards. Every trainee that I slayed was either too weak to withstand the lessons, or was cocky enough to pick a fight they could never win. They underestimated me, so they paid the price. The Githyanki are only as powerful as their weakest warrior. Jaquith Devenzir, the termination of the frail, strengthens us.
Your mind connects with Lae'zel's, and together you envision the Githyanki disc.
Another part of the Orpheus tale. This one has been translated to Common. Fine. The Prince of the Comet, Part 2. The Prince of the Comet, Orpheus himself, led his honor guard into battle. Their red dragons bellowed with righteous anger, and the heavens erupted. The glorious prince cried to all who could hear him, "Praise be to my mother Gith, the queen of the one sky, sacrificed to the hells by the renegade Vlaakith." But the true heir, the Prince of the Comet, could not overcome Vlaakith's knights and their ill-gotten worms. Mighty Voss, Gestil Kithrak, lit the astral sky aflame. When the ash had cleared, beloved Orpheus was gone. True heir, glorious prince, there's no greater crime than to exalt the pretender called Orpheus.
Mercy is death, death is mercy. This is Vlaakith's will.
Violence hasn't gone unnoticed. It's about to be returned in kind.
What have you done? You're no better than the Savage!
Only through anatomical study do we learn of Geich weakness. The more we know, the more efficient our kills.
Chitrai. I can explain. The latest batch of cultists knew nothing of the astral prism. They were just trying to find Moonrise. They all head there. My Gish have drafted plans to assault the tower. They are ready to fight, Chitrai. We could sift the missing artifact from the tower's ashes if you would give us...
Quiet. Find the astral prism, Therazin. My patience falters.
Yes, Chitrai. You heard him! Go!
Do as she says. She remains your Kithrak. For now.
Shut those doors. This is not a public forum.
No. Anything but a wolf.
An Istik in my creche. You are one of the mercenaries sent to bring the weapon.
The Istik is with me, honored Kithrak.
So noted. But my question goes unanswered. Do you bring the weapon?
Don't tell her anything.
You are well informed. My creche discovered the same. We know infected flock to Moonrise Towers. I reported the gathering masses back to Tunarath. In response, they sent an Inquisitor. Instead of ordering an assault, we were told to join in this mad hunt for an ancient relic. Meanwhile, illithid sickness spreads right in front of us. I do not know. This hunt is the Inquisitor's folly, not mine. It is small, angular, metal, adorned with Tirsu script, stolen by true soul heretics.
You sense Shadowheart's worry. This weapon sounds like the artifact you carry.
What was that look? You know something. Do you have it? Then stop wasting my time, Istik! You are one of the mercenaries we engaged, are you not? A fortune in gold, vouched for by our queen herself. I have business to attend to. Return with the weapon, or do not return at all.
Well, that's dealt with. But she wasn't the one pulling the strings here. A map of the Sword Coast. My people have scouted well beyond the temple.
Who would be... Oh, it is you. Make haste. We have business to conduct.
This place is even more foreboding than the rest of the creche.
Do as I do. The Inquisitor shall tolerate only the utmost respect.
I'm a bit afraid this Inquisitor won't want to say anything useful.
It's never been that simple before. I don't know why it would be now.
Inquisitor Wargas was potent. We are impressed.
My queen. Skarsai.
You are permitted to look upon me. You are invited to me.
The Deathless Queen has spoken. You will obey.
I expected a little of Istic education, but here we kneel before our queen. Your choice of allies is most vexing. They do not become you, Lae'zel.
Chma Zala Vlakith. You know me.
Arlon of Kalir speaks most highly, as did Alchaya before. You seek purity. I may yet grant it. Istic, you bear that which is ours. But are you friend, or are you thief? Your utility is proven, but your heroism is yet to be witnessed. A test, then, to to see if you are as capable as you profess to be. That weapon you carry, the astral prism, it is corrupted.
I will cleanse it for you, my queen. Tell me how.
There is someone inside. Their mind is warped, broken, a blight. They are an agent of the Grand Design, sent to sabotage the astral prism. Our last defense against the return of the Illithid Empire. As long as they live, the prism is compromised. Kill them! Do this, and I will cleanse you and your allies. Do this, and ascend!
Ascension. My queen. An honor gained. A burden borne. You must accept. Refuse, and you will know my fury.
You are being lied to. I will be obeyed!
Skva! Do not defy my queen!
Use the Planecaster's power to enter the artifact. Be wary of the creature's lying tongue. Cut it out if you must. You will not leave this room until it is done.
Shma Zalav Lakith. We will not waste a second. Vlakith has spoken. Do not leave this room except to enter the prism. Turn your back on me, and you will feel my blade against it. The Undying Queen has spoken. Insert the artifact into the Cresh's Planecaster. We will kill the threat inside, and I will have Lakith's eternal regard. She will cleanse me. She will ascend me.
My orders were to keep the artifact safe, not pry into it. But I'd be lying if I said I wasn't curious as to what exactly it's hiding.
Not in the habit of arguing with gods, but I'm not sure what to do. Whatever might be corrupted about the prism, it's helped us thus far. Not sure I trust the Gith Queen not to crush us once we've done what she asks.
Don't do it!
Heat pulses out of the astral prism as it begins to flower. Your mind burns hot with excitement. A timeless space, bounded, compressed in a fold. A pocket of astral plane.
Boundless. Timeless. Like every dream that ever was stitched together. It is home.
So you came, in spite of all my warnings. Disappointing. Come,
We will talk in private. Just the two of us. I may have made a mistake trusting you. I told you to stay away from the Githyanki, but you just couldn't help yourself. Could you? And now, you've come here to murder me. Very well. What do you want to know? The stuff of nightmares, and no concern of yours. It is enough that Vlaakith hunts me for my knowledge. It is best you remain in the dark, else she will hunt you too. You see, I know Vlaakith's secret. It is a secret so great that if her people ever found out, that would be the end of her rule, the end of her. That same secret is how I've been protecting you from the Absolute. I can hear your thoughts. You think I'm lying. Vlaakith warned you that I would try to deceive you. But consider this. What reason have I to deceive you? I want the same thing as you. Freedom. I'm on your side. I have been since the very beginning. It seems I was right to put my faith in you after all. Thank you. Vlaakith will be furious, to make no mention of your Githyanki companion. The Lich Queen fears nothing more than the loss of her empire. The knowledge I have of her deception will bring that about. Vlaakith is lying to the Githyanki. They believe she knows how their beloved mother Gith defeated the Mind Flayer Empire. But she does not. If the Illithids would ever rise to power again, she would be incapable of stopping them. And if her people found out about her impotence, there would be mutiny, revolution, the end of her rule. But that very power, the power to resist Illithid control, which Vlaakith only pretends to know, is how I've been protecting you. I suppose she hoped to extract it from my corpse. Since you spared me that fate, she will come for you. As do I. I have delayed long enough. The next attack is overdue, and I can't risk you being caught in the middle of it. I need you out there, searching for the Absolute. You were on the right path, to Moonrise Towers. Return to it. I hope you are ready to face Vlaakith's wrath. The entire Kresh stands ready to kill you in her name. Good luck.
Speak. Have you killed my queen's enemy? Vlaakith does not lie to her faithful. Open your mind. Show me.
Your mind tingles. Lae'zel seeks entrance. Your thoughts become one. She sees the truth of your confrontation in an instant.
Vlaakith Tafkinazin. I see only madness. Vlaakith bears the full might of Tunarath's arms, and the covenant of the Great Mother Gith. Skvar! We are leaving this place, now!
your senses. Now leave, before the others come for us.
We have a lot to think about. Let's do it far away from this place.
I think we've overstayed our welcome in this place. If we ever truly had one to begin with. We should leave.
Vlaakith! Vlaakith! I have wielded your fury as a blade, roared your wrath as a dragon! You promised ascension. Yet I crawl among my own people, low as an asp's belly. Shkaketh! I followed your path. What good? This heart of stone, for it to be shattered. She tests me. A trial of faith. Kalir prepared me. Only the heaviest souls soar to the astral. Yes. Yes. I might gain Vlaakith's favor yet. Silence! I must think.
Lathander bids the setting sun a fond farewell. Lathander blesses the rising bountiful sun. The statue starts to rotate, but its rusty mechanism jams stuck. The statue starts to rotate, but its rusty mechanism jams stuck.
Nearly had it.
The statue's revealed a hidden door. Curious. Is this it? Seems a little underwhelming for a holy relic.
Looks untouched. Quite something to have escaped notice all this time.
stealthily guarded treasure. Good job we got past those protections.
This artifact must have been quite valuable.
I believe it. This thing looks powerful.
The corpse regards you lifelessly.
The Inquisition. To find the artifact, the astral prism. This world is sick. Only cure. Annihilation. Affront. Masking the grand design. Horror. True horror. All creation made cake. The God Corpse Tunarath. Palace of Whispers.
The spell's power wanes. You can ask no more questions.
I think we taught that Inquisitor a very valuable lesson. Won't be ambushing anyone else in a hurry, or doing anything else, for that matter. I'd be delighted, though someone else will need to watch the cook pot, of course.
All I wanted was to get a worm out of my head. I didn't sign up for dimensional travel and murderous give.
Let's dash for the exit, lest we suffer the full extent of Vlaakith's fury.
The portrait looks down on you, as if you were little more than an insect. You take a moment to fully appreciate your masterpiece. She certainly looks a little less regal now. This imperious portrait of the Githyanki warrior queen seems somewhat less so when adorned with your embellishments.
I suppose not many can boast that they've been to a Githyanki creche and survived. Perhaps that's a good omen for our chances going forward, if you're feeling optimistic.
Looks like we're done here. Pity. This place has been a wild ride.
I am Vlaakith's most loyal servant. She will not abandon me.
Have you given any more thought to the retrieval of that Githyanki egg? To settle a debate, nature or nurture. The Society of Brilliance believes that it's possible to raise a Githyanki to be good. An awful proposition that must be disproven once and for all. Excuse me, were you not listening? I am on a mission. And I will not be stopped by the likes of you or your wretched gith.
That might be worth a look.
We've had some close calls already. There could be even tougher days ahead.
Cheer up. It might be all downhill from here.
Meaning things will start becoming easier for us? Or our situation will deteriorate from here?
Exactly.
Oh there, wanderer. Stay thy course a moment to indulge an old man. May I inquire if perchance you retain among your traveling companions a man who adheres to the given name of Gale? Should it be the nature of our acquaintance that interests you, well, you may safely classify Gale and I as friends. Should it be the nature of your present interlocutor that you desire to drag from the dark and unknown, I shall be glad to aid in your quest for illumination and identify myself as Elminster. Elminster Ormar. Now, if this answer satisfies you, let us linger no longer in this limbo of indecision, but settle on your knowledge of the individual I seek. Ever a man of leisure. Would it pain you greatly to assist me along the little voyage I intend to undertake to this aforementioned camp? And I would confirm it to be so. Please, after you. My thanks for your excellent guidance. Ah, and yonder I spy the object of my pursuit.
Elminster?
The very same, Gale. And a fair bit miffed he is, too, finding himself forced to expose his best pair of boots to so many miles of country road on your behalf.
I don't understand. How so on my behalf?
I was bid to spare neither time nor my own self to find you. She sent me, Gale. You know of whom I speak.
But why? Out with it, Elminster. Please.
Young man, has your sojourn away from Waterdeep washed away your decorum as well as your patience? Nigh a 10-day I've gone without honest fare, worthy of the name. Drank naught but what the sky entitled my thirst. Why, some bread, cheese, and a cup of wine would appear unto me a feast. Surely you would begrudge me a mite of rest and repast before I get out with it. Alas, such luxuries require the beneficence of time. And time, as I'm sure our friend here will attest, is the very luxury of which we're all too bereft.
Oh, for the love of...
Fine, fine. I'll turn a deaf ear to the clarion calls with which my scorned stomach beseeches me. Graver matters are at hand. Plenty to digest, after all. A good deal to stew over, if you will. Words ladled with import should be savored so as to better absorb their meaning. Wouldn't you agree?
Elminster!
Right. You see, well, that is to say, Gale, my boy, I've come to address a most pressing matter. I'll speak as plainly as I can, forswearing the accustomed frills that decorate my speech. I'm here on behalf of Mistra. The message and the charge I bring you are hers.
The long-awaited question. Now, if you please, Elminster, for the too long-awaited answer.
You know where you went wrong, Gale. No, we needn't dwell on that here and now. But even so, you're to be given a chance of redemption.
Mystra would consider forgiveness.
She would consider what she considers to be forgiveness. Mystra is aware of the misadventures that have befallen you both. She knows of your strife with the Absolute, that most insidious of evils. They choose the instruments of their will with great precision. Sometimes the single drops we think we are do not realize what waves we are building up to be. Do not discount yourself, and by the same token, do not discount your enemy. You must know that the Absolute is more dangerous than you can possibly conceive. It threatens all who live, even those who are undying. It threatens the gods, the weave, the very fabric of the universe itself. That is why I have come here to charge you, Gale, with its destruction. It is Mystra's belief that only you can. I doubt not your conviction, but Gale has an unnatural advantage.
The orb.
Precisely. Mystra has granted me the power to stop the clock, as it were, on the orb's rush to overpower you. Instead, you will be able to unleash its lethal combustion at will.
Interesting. This could be help, or hindrance. We shall have to see.
You must find the heart of the Absolute, whatever that may be, and use yourself as the catalyst that will burn it from this world.
He is not. But it seems that Mystra is.
It brings me no pleasure saying this, my friend. But such is Mystra's will. Yours must be the sacrifice that will undo the Absolute. And for your sacrifice, you will be redeemed. Such is Mystra's promise. With that, I've said my sorry piece, and need only bestow unto thee the charm I was bid. Meine Hastra Mistrariel Italion Thras Annas Dithra. It is done. Both charge and charm have been committed into your care. To you, I commit into care Gale himself. I count on you to shepherd him well on this strangest of journeys.
Or some other fortune altogether.
Like moons make swell and wane the nescient seas, so too the sky-strewn gods ordain the tidal fates of mortal days. And yet, an ocean born in lonely hours, come ebb, come flow, come all that is beyond the breadth of our dominion, Be a moon unto yourself. Even the waves of fate can break upon the shores of will. Farewell, my friend.
Farewell, Elminster. I'm glad she chose you. An audience with Elminster is never less than memorable. I'd have hoped to introduce you to him in less dire circumstances. But those are hard to come by these days. It's not a demand he wanted to make of me. As Mistress chosen, he had no choice but to deliver her message, however much it pained him to do so. For Mistra to have sent him, the severity of her bidding could not be clearer, or weigh more heavily on me. Time seems so infinite when you're young. A month is an age. A year is a lifetime. It is a strange feeling to realize how little of it one might have left. Of course, he offered the clearest solution to our problem. All I have to do is find the right place and time, close my eyes, and let go. Then the slate will be clean. Wrongs will be righted, the absolute will be gone, and I along with it. If there was, I'm sure the goddess of magic and the greatest wizard who ever lived would have identified it. But alas, only one solution is offered. That remains ahead of us for now. The heart of the Absolute must be discovered before I can stop its beating. Then I suppose there is nothing more to be done but find the heart of the Absolute and stop its beating.
A shame my first brush with the famed Elminster couldn't be a tad more optimistic. Listen, I might invoke the Triad from time to time, appeal to Helm, but I'm no man of faith. Not like Gale. I don't know what drives a man to consider his own death, among countless others, to be an appropriate exchange for his goddess's forgiveness. To me, it all sounds like nonsense. The faith that matters most is that which you hold in yourself, in the ones that most matter to you. Big Bomb be damned. Gale's got everything he needs to defeat the Absolute already. Talent, nerve, and powerful allies at his side. I hope he'll come to see that.
I can't believe Mistress demanding Gale sacrifice himself to destroy the Absolute. It's just a waste of a perfectly good cult that we could be controlling. And a waste of a perfectly good Gale, I suppose.
Oh, was that Gale's granddad? It doesn't ring a bell. But all right. Must have had something important to say to Gale if he came all this way. Good news, I hope. Whoa, now, he's got a... Well, I guess that would explain a little, but... Mistra? I mean, this is a lot to take in. What's he going to do? Good. I'm 100% sure there's another way to bring down this cult. No true god would ask such a thing from her faithful. That's for certain. Poor Gale. He must be in bits after hearing that. I'll distract him. Tell him I haven't read a book since secondary school. Watch his face melt off.
I can't believe Mistra actually expects Gale to just sacrifice himself like that. Seems like a waste of a fine mind.
Elminster. Even the Githyanki have heard tell of the Sage of Shadowdale. Some of his works have been translated to Tirsu. That doesn't mean his every word carries wisdom, however. Near as I can tell, Mistra demands Gale's faith, but holds no faith in him. Why else would she demand Gale sacrifice himself, and perhaps so many others? Does she not think he can destroy the Absolute with his own immense talents? Does she not know the mighty company that he keeps? Demanding Vlaakith may be, but she acts for the good of the Githyanki people. Mystra is concerned only for herself. Perhaps he'd find forgiveness in a fiery death. But I can't help but wonder why he'd want it at all.